One of Hanoi's most iconic dishes, turmeric grilled fish topped with heaps of beautiful dill and fresh herbs. This is my version of char kar. So whenever I land in Hanoi, I am beelining to get some char kar at one of the famous char kar restaurants there.
Hanoi's most iconic dishes, char kar, and it's a turmeric and dill fish. Have a look at this. Look at this sizzling pot. So gorgeous.
This is one of my favorite restaurant dishes there, and I've tried to recreate the same flavors so that you guys can experience it at home. So one of the main things we want to do is get some marinade going for our fish. I'm going to start off with some spring onion here. And then I want some garlic as well. And as always, a little pinch of salt, which is going to help to break down the fibers in these aromatics. And then we just want a rough paste here. Okay, so this is the kind of texture that you're looking for. Pop that into a bowl. And now to that we want to add some turmeric. And this dish is all about the turmeric, so be generous here. And then this is probably not a traditional ingredient, but I like to add just a little dash of curry powder. I think it gives the spiced element of this dish a little bit more depth. And then a little dash of sugar and some fish sauce. And a little bit of oil as well. And our other most important ingredient in this dish is dill. We really want a lot of that dill flavor, so we're going to put some into our marinade as well as finish off the dish with it. Okay, now just give that a mix. And I love how gorgeous and sunshiny this marinade turns out to be. Just makes me very happy. And now let's talk about the fish. So in Hanoi they use a local river fish, which obviously we don't get here in Thailand, and you might not get at home. So what you want is just a firm white fillet of fish. It needs to be firm so it doesn't break up too much while it's cooking. So I've just got some sea bass here. Now just give that a mix. Now this doesn't need long to marinate at all. I would just set it aside for a few minutes while you're getting everything else ready. Now the next thing we want to make is a little dressing that we're going to serve with the fish and the noodles, and it kind of binds everything together with a sweet tangy flavour. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of garlic and some chopped chili, and then some fish sauce, white vinegar and sugar. And then for that beautiful alchemy of the tangy and the sour and the sweet that a lot of Vietnamese sauces have, we really need to add some lime as well. Now this is the kind of sauce where you really need to use your own senses. So the limes could be more or less sour in your region. The type of fish sauce that you're using might be more or less salty. So start out with a little bit of these ingredients, give it a mix. Quite a good mix in this instance so we can dissolve that sugar. And then just taste that sauce. I love that beautiful chemistry that happens with fish sauce, sugar, and those sour ingredients. I am going to add a little bit more lime juice for my taste though. And then one last thing we need to do before we start cooking our fish is get the finishing herbs all ready. And I want some spring onion for this. And I want some really fine strips here. So just lengthways, slice them through and then into battens. And some dill. So I want the dill to be fairly chunky here. I don't want a fine slice. So I'm just going to cut some pieces. And then once you kind of get to the stem part, because this is going to cook really quickly at the end, I don't want any of these big, thick bits of stem in there. I want to take those out. Just leave the tender leaves. Okay, so into a wide pan, I just want to add a little bit of oil. And then in goes my fish. Now you want to spread that fish out so each piece gets some good contact with the heat at the bottom of that pan. And then just let that fish cook on that first side. Don't disturb it too much. You don't want that fish breaking up. Just want to wait until it lifts naturally from the bottom of the pan. That smell is just like pure joy. I'm telling you, the dill and the garlic and the turmeric and the curry powder is all just smelling delightful. So now I want to gently flip my pieces over, and I find chopsticks are the best way to do this. And now just look at that beautiful color we've got on that fish. Amazing. Now I'm going to add in my herbs. Make sure I get a good mix of dill and the spring onion. This is done tableside when you're eating it at a restaurant in Hanoi, and I just love the drama of the sizzling and the herbs and the steam. So you do want to add a little bit of water to create that sauce. And then one final squeeze of lime juice. Some extra flavor there. And then that is it. Oh, the smell of this is so amazing. Now I like to serve this at the table with some of that nuoc cham dressing that we made, and then just those extra herbs as well. And now, as in Hanoi, I would always serve these with some vermicelli noodles, and then this is how you build your bowl. You want to get some beautiful pieces of the fish. And then a little spoonful of that dressing. And don't forget some of that amazing sauce in the bottom of that pan, because that is pure flavor, my friends. Pour some of that on top. And then this is just a little bowl of sunshine. The beautiful marriage of that dill, the spring onion, the turmeric, and then that sweet sour dressing and the noodles. This is just, it's so good, I'm lost for words.
Can't stop eating. It's a move.
You taste testing my dishes now, huh?
So good.
If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.